This is Tamara with the Knitting Lab, and I'm back again to do a demonstration of the first row, which is the setup row of the Perfect Summer Tea pattern that we're working on. And so I wanted you to get a feel for what that looks like. Some people were a little confused because it starts with a purl stitch, and we're also adding our yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up here. These are the stitches that are cast on with the waste yarn, and this is a lot less. These are a lot less stitches than you will have, but for the purpose of the demonstration, I'm doing 24 stitches total. So you can still see the markers being placed and the purl and knit stitches happening. Okay, so I'm going to take the yarn here and I'm going to actually lay it over the top right now. The first stitch in the pattern is a purl stitch. So what I'm going to do is lay the yarn with the tail in front of me, and I'm going to go in like a regular purl. Let me show you. I'm going in right to left to the first stitch. I'm going to grab the new yarn. I'm going to hold it, and I'm just going to back it out, and the first stitch is done, and that is a purl stitch. And yes, it's loose. You can see the tails here. I'm just going to pull on it so I know the tail's long enough so that I'll be able to weave it in later. And the stitches are going to be loose going into that waste yarn right now, and that is okay with me because I'll be undoing those at the very end. So now the first stitch is a purl stitch, and then the instructions say place marker, knit, place marker. So I'm going to put a marker on. My yarn is going in position to knit, and I'm knitting the next stitch. Then I'm placing another marker. And then it says to purl however many you have. I'm going to go with the small size and purl 4 stitches. Okay, so that will be my sleeve for this demonstration. I've purled 4 stitches. And now I am going to place another marker and then knit 1 and place a marker again. Knit 1, place a marker, and then you are going to purl across your back stitches. I'm just going to purl 10 stitches here, and that will be my back stitches for this exercise. Make sure that your waste yarn is untwisted as you work, okay? I had to untwist that. Okay, let's see what I got. Okay. All right, so now I've completed what would be my back stitches, which is the big segment of purling across. And then I have to place marker, knit 1, and place marker. Place marker. Knit 1. Place marker. and then I purl. In this case, it's going to be 4. 1, 2, and again, make sure things don't twist around and untwist them. All right, I'm now at my last 2 stitches, and I have to last place a marker, knit, place my final marker, and purl the last stitch. All right, thanks for bearing with me. What I want you to see is you're going to have a larger section in the middle, and you're going to have markers on each side. And I want you to see that what we're looking at is this is going to be growing sleeve, or growing shoulder, I should say. And this is the same, the growing shoulder here. And the markers are separating 1 stitch. There's 1 stitch between here, 1 stitch here, and then again 1 stitch in here and 1 stitch in here. And we've worked across the whole setup row, and that was the wrong side of the work. So because we're working flat, think of that as the inside of the sweater. And now you're ready to do row 1, and row 1 is, the instructions are to do what's called a typical raglan increase. So I'm going to turn my work because I'm working flat, and now I am going to be starting with a knit stitch. And as you work, the raglan shaping has you do increasing on the outside of each of these center stitches. So the raglan instruction that you'll be following is to knit to the marker, make 1 left, slip the marker, purl 1, slip the marker, make 1 right. So I'm going to just show you what that looks like, because you're then going to go ahead and repeat it across the whole thing. So the first thing you do is knit to the marker, and the first time you do this, there'll only be 1 stitch there. So I'm going to knit the first stitch, and then it's time to increase. And I'm going to have another video posted just showing you close-ups of the make 1 left and make 1 right, but I'm going to do it here anyway. So when you're first working, you're going into your waist yarn. Actually, excuse me, you're not going into your waist yarn, but it will be hard to see your new stitch among the waist yarn. So I'm doing a make 1 left. I slip my marker. I purl the stitch in the middle. I slip my marker again. And I make 1 right. So for me, that means my needle is going from back to front. I'm gonna get my project yarn. There, I went from back to front, picked it up. And now I'm going to make 1 right. And then after my make 1 left, slip marker, purl, slip marker, make 1 right, I just knit across to the next marker. In this case, I only have 4 to go right now. And I'm going to show you that sequence 1 more time. It looks like this. I do a make 1 left. And if you get it split, just fix it. Okay, I do a make 1 left, I slip the marker, I purl the stitch, I slip the marker, and I make 1 right. It's easiest to go in from back to front with that left needle, and then you're knitting into the front. Having done that, I would just knit across till the next marker and do the same thing. I would do my make one left, slip, purl the center, slip, make one right, work to the next marker and repeat. That is how you do the typical raglan increase. Okay, I hope that was helpful. And again, take a look for the video that just does a make one left and a make one right. Have a good day. Bye.